Have you ever asked yourself why some people seem unstoppable, while others drift through life waiting for permission to move? Why do a few rise from nothing and achieve everything, while so many others stay stuck, trapped in the endless cycle of hesitation and doubt? Today, you are about to discover the truth that most people never understand. Action is the ultimate key. Doing something, anything, sets you apart. Waiting for the right time, waiting for motivation, waiting for someone to approve your next move, this is the trap that keeps dreams locked away. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean. Behind you, the shore is safe and familiar. In front of you, the waves crash unpredictably, challenging your courage. Most people stay frozen on the sand, afraid to step forward. But the moment you take a single step into the water, momentum begins. The waves that seemed overwhelming before now start to move with you, pushing you toward possibilities you never thought existed. This is the power of action. Even the smallest movement disrupts fear and creates progress. Even the tiniest decision to begin is enough to spark a chain reaction that nothing can stop. Here's a promise: if you stay with this video until the very end, you will walk away with a burning understanding of your own untapped power. By the time you finish, hesitation will feel like a distant memory. You will see that the ability to change your life, to achieve your deepest desires, was never outside of you. It has always been inside, waiting for a spark. That spark is the choice to do something today, right now, not tomorrow, not when it feels convenient. Today. The human mind is wired to seek comfort. It wants to delay, to justify inaction, to tell you that the conditions are not perfect. Fear whispers that failure is inevitable, that the unknown is dangerous, that you might lose what little you have. But here's a truth rooted deep in human psychology: fear is not real. Fear is a story your mind tells you to keep you safe from growth. Growth, by its nature, is uncomfortable. Progress feels unnatural until it becomes a habit. The very things that scare you, the challenges, the resistance, the discomfort, are the gateways to the life you are capable of living. Take a moment to think about every great achievement in human history. None of it began with perfect conditions. None of it was accomplished by waiting for permission or for the stars to align. Every invention, every breakthrough, every act of courage began with one simple decision. Someone chose to act despite fear. They moved. They did something when doing nothing seemed easier. And that is the same power you have right now. Sitting where you are, you have the ability to disrupt your routine, to break inertia, to take the first step that propels you into a life you've only imagined. Ask yourself, what would it feel like to finally stop waiting? To stop overthinking, overplanning, and doubting yourself? To stop asking for external approval and instead trust your own ability to act? Imagine a life where each day, no matter the obstacles, you take meaningful action toward your goals. Imagine waking up with energy, purpose, and unstoppable momentum. That life is not reserved for a few special people. It is available to anyone willing to start, willing to do something. Here is the secret that most people never realize. Action is the antidote to fear. Inaction magnifies doubt, hesitation fuels anxiety. But when you move, even just a little, clarity begins to emerge. The mind stops overthinking. Opportunities reveal themselves. Confidence grows naturally. You don't need to wait for motivation to arrive. Motivation comes after action, not before. Every small step reinforces your belief that you are capable, that you can handle challenges, that you are not defined by the circumstances around you, but by the choices you make. So, what does doing something really mean? It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It doesn't have to be perfect or publicly recognized. Doing something is simply choosing to act when you could choose to remain stagnant. It could be a single effort toward a goal, a phone call you've been avoiding, a habit you've been putting off, a risk you've been afraid to take. Each action is a seed planted. And with persistence, these seeds grow into results you never imagined. By the end of this video, you will understand that your life's trajectory depends not on waiting for the ideal moment, but on your willingness to step forward today. The universe does not reward hesitation. It does not favor those who stay comfortable. It moves for those who act, even when they are unsure, even when the path is unclear, even when fear whispers in their ear. Action is magnetic. Action attracts opportunity, courage, and progress. Right now, you have a choice. Stay where you are, letting fear and doubt decide your future, or take the first step, no matter how small, and ignite a chain of unstoppable momentum. The life you desire is not a dream. It is waiting for you on the other side of doing something. And once you begin, once you take that first step, nothing can stop you. The question is simple: will you move or will you wait? Action is the force that separates dreams from reality. Thinking alone will never create change. Planning endlessly will never build momentum. The moment you act, even in the smallest way, you begin to shift the course of your life. Every step forward, no matter how tiny, pushes you out of stagnation and into motion. Your mind begins to see possibilities it could never see while you were waiting. Your energy changes, your focus sharpens, and suddenly the impossible starts to feel achievable. Most people fail not because they lack talent, skill, or knowledge, but because they fail to act. They wait for clarity, for confidence, for permission. But clarity comes from doing, confidence comes from experience. Permission is something you create for yourself by moving forward. Every time you take action, your fear loses power. Every time you move, doubt weakens. The brain, wired to respond to activity, rewards effort with clarity, resilience, and courage. This is how momentum works. This is how unstoppable people are built. Not by waiting for the perfect moment, but by creating their own. Even when results are not immediate, action is never wasted. Every effort builds strength, resilience, and understanding. The lessons learned in motion are far more powerful than the comfort of hesitation. Every failure along the way is proof that you tried, proof that you refused to let fear dictate your life. Each attempt shapes your character, sharpens your focus, and prepares you for the victories ahead. The universe responds to movement. It opens doors when you step toward them, even if you cannot yet see what lies beyond. You must understand this. Action, no matter how small, is a declaration. It tells the world, and more importantly yourself, that you are ready to take control, that you refuse to be a passive observer in your own life. It ignites a force inside you that cannot be stopped. Momentum builds quietly, steadily, until your progress becomes unstoppable. Your life begins to move forward, propelled by every choice to do something rather than nothing. Now is the moment to recognize the true power of action. It is not flashy, it is not glamorous, but it is transformative. It changes your mind, your energy, and your path. It turns fear into courage, hesitation into clarity, and potential into results. The life you want begins not with hope, but with action. Take it, move forward, do something, and feel the unstoppable force rise within you. Fear is the single greatest obstacle between you and your potential. It whispers lies, telling you that you are not ready, not capable, not worthy. It magnifies risk and hides opportunity. Yet fear is nothing more than a story your mind tells to keep you safe. It is not real. It has no power unless you give it power. The moment you recognize fear for what it truly is, an illusion, you take the first step toward freedom. Every human being experiences fear. It is natural, but it is not a stop sign. Fear signals that you are on the edge of growth, that you are stepping out of comfort and into possibility. Growth and discomfort are inseparable. The mind resists change because it is comfortable with what it knows, but your life will never expand within the borders of comfort. The moment you act despite fear, you send a message to yourself: your courage is stronger than your doubts. You learn that fear is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Fear becomes a tool when you confront it. Each time you move forward, even in the face of uncertainty, you shrink fear's hold over you. It no longer controls your decisions. You begin to see that the things you imagined would stop you were never insurmountable. They were challenges waiting to be overcome. Fear is a shadow. Action is the light. Step into the light, and the shadow disappears. The psychology of fear shows that hesitation strengthens it. The longer you wait, the larger fear grows. Action, even imperfect action, weakens it instantly. This is why courage is not the absence of fear, it is mastery over it. Courage is doing what must be done even when fear is present. Every time you take action in spite of fear, your confidence grows, your mind expands, and your life begins to shift in ways you could not have predicted. Understand this. Fear is not a wall, it is a mirror. It reflects what you care about most, what is worth pursuing, what you are capable of achieving. The next time fear tries to hold you back, recognize it for the illusion it is. Step forward anyway. Move, even if your legs shake. Act, even if your heart pounds. The universe responds to courage. And when you choose action over fear, nothing can stand in your way. Your mind and body are not separate. They are partners in every success you achieve. The way you think shapes your actions, and the way you act shapes your mind. When you choose to do something, your body responds with energy, focus, and determination. Movement ignites thought, and thought guides movement. Action is the bridge between what you imagine and what you create. Most people underestimate the power of this connection. They wait for motivation to appear in their minds, believing that once they feel ready, action will follow. But the truth is the opposite. Action creates readiness. The brain is designed to respond to movement, to reward effort with clarity, courage, and momentum. Each time you move, even in small ways, your mind rewires itself to embrace possibility. You start to see solutions instead of obstacles, opportunities instead of limits, and strength instead of weakness. Your body remembers every choice to act. Each step forward builds resilience. Each challenge overcomes strengthens determination, and each small victory fuels further action. This is why habits are so powerful. By repeatedly doing something, you train both mind and body to move towards success automatically. Momentum builds silently within you until hesitation and doubt cannot hold you back. Action is a signal to your entire system. You are capable, you are ready, and you will not stop. Fear and discomfort may still arise, but your body learns to support your mind rather than follow its doubts. The heart beats faster, yes, but not as a warning. It is energy waiting to be channeled. The mind may resist, but the body responds, creating courage through movement. Every action reinforces the belief that you can handle more than you imagined. Your energy increases, your focus sharpens, and your confidence expands. Understand this, doing something is not just mental, it is physical. To think without action is to stall potential. To act without thought is reckless, but to act with intention and persistence transforms everything. The mind-body connection is a cycle of power. Action strengthens belief, and belief strengthens action. When you harness this connection, momentum becomes unstoppable. Step forward, move your body, ignite your mind, and watch as your life begins to respond to the energy you create. Too many people live their entire lives waiting for someone else to say yes, waiting for approval, waiting for validation, waiting for the right moment. But the truth is, no one is going to hand you your breakthrough. The world does not pause for your comfort. Every second spent waiting is a second lost, a chance wasted, a dream delayed. The moment you stop asking for permission and start acting, everything changes. Waiting for permission is a habit rooted in fear. It is the mind's way of avoiding responsibility, of keeping you small. But the only permission you need is your own. The power to act, to choose, to move forward has always been inside you. Once you claim it, you step into freedom. You no longer allow hesitation to dictate your path. You no longer let doubt control your decisions. You become the master of your own life. The psychology behind waiting is simple. Humans seek external validation to feel safe. Yet safety is the enemy of progress. Growth requires risk, uncertainty, and courage. The people who achieve the extraordinary are not those who waited for approval. They are those who acted first, trusted themselves, and let results prove their worth. Your life will never move forward if you continue to wait for the world to agree with your choices. You must act first, and the world will follow. Each step you take without seeking permission reinforces your inner power. Every decision made on your own authority strengthens confidence, sharpens focus, and builds momentum. It is not arrogance, it is recognition of your own capability. Your dreams are not dependent on others. They depend on your willingness to act. Understand this. Action without permission is liberation. It is a declaration that you are responsible for your life and that no external circumstance can stop you. The first move is always yours to make. Stop waiting, stop doubting, start doing. The moment you act without asking, momentum begins, fear diminishes, and your potential unfolds. Your life will respond to the energy you create. Take control, claim your power, and let nothing stand in your way. Growth never happens in comfort. Every person who has achieved greatness has learned to embrace discomfort as a teacher, as a guide, as a path to transformation. The mind resists change because it fears pain, uncertainty, and failure. But discomfort is not the enemy. It is a signal that you are moving beyond your limits, stepping into new territory, and expanding your potential. When you face discomfort head-on, something remarkable happens. Your mind adapts, your resilience strengthens, your courage grows. Each challenge you endure builds inner power, the kind of power that cannot be taken away by circumstances, setbacks, or doubt. Discomfort is the soil where strength takes root. Without it, growth is shallow, fragile, and temporary. Human psychology reveals a simple truth. The brain craves safety, but it grows through challenge. Comfort feels good, but it leaves you stagnant. Real progress begins when you take action despite unease, when you push forward even when every instinct says to retreat. Each time you endure discomfort, you prove to yourself that fear and pain are temporary, but the strength you gain is permanent. Every step you take outside your comfort zone is a step toward mastery of your life. Whether it is speaking up, taking a risk, or pursuing a goal that feels beyond your reach, discomfort is the doorway to power. The moment you resist the urge to turn back, you activate your potential. You signal to yourself and the world that you are willing to pay the price for success, that you are willing to face uncertainty to create a life that matters. Remember this, comfort is a cage, and action in discomfort is freedom. Do not wait for life to feel easy before you move. Do not seek permission to endure challenges. Step forward, embrace the unknown, and let the tension of discomfort shape you into someone stronger, sharper, and unstoppable. The path to greatness is not smooth, but it is real, and every uncomfortable step you take brings you closer to the life you are capable of achieving. Talent alone will never carry you to success. Natural ability can open doors, but it cannot sustain achievement. The people who reach greatness are not always the most gifted. They are the ones who refuse to quit. Persistence is the invisible force that turns effort into results, that transforms small actions into unstoppable momentum. Talent may start the race, but persistence finishes it. Every day life tests your determination. Obstacles appear, challenges push back, doubts creep in, but persistence is your response to these tests. It is the choice to continue moving forward, even when results are slow, even when failure seems certain. Every step you take, no matter how small, compounds over time. Each act of persistence builds resilience, confidence, and mastery. While others stop, you continue. While others hesitate, you act. That is how greatness is forged. Psychology shows that repeated action strengthens neural pathways in the brain, creating habits that make success inevitable. Talent may give an initial advantage, but consistent effort rewires the mind and body to achieve what once seemed impossible. Every failure becomes a lesson, every setback a step forward. The person who persists does not fear mistakes. They use them as fuel. They understand that progress is a process and momentum is earned, not given. Persistence is also a declaration of belief in yourself. It says, I am capable, I am worthy. I will not be stopped by temporary setbacks or external doubt. It signals to the world, and more importantly to your own mind, that you're committed to your purpose. Success is not reserved for the talented. It is claimed by those who keep showing up, day after day, refusing to be defeated. The path of persistence is never easy. It demands patience, courage, and relentless action. But every effort you make builds unstoppable force. Talent without persistence fades. Persistence without talent thrives. The combination of steady effort, belief in yourself, and relentless action is the formula that turns dreams into reality. No matter the obstacles, no matter the fear, persistence ensures that your life will move forward. Keep acting, keep pushing, keep going. Nothing can stop the person who refuses to quit. Change does not always come in giant leaps. Often it begins with the smallest actions, almost invisible at first, but powerful beyond measure. Every great achievement started with a single step. The moment you decide to move, no matter how small, you create momentum that grows silently, steadily, until it transforms your entire life. The human mind tends to overestimate the effort needed for big goals, which creates fear and hesitation. But psychology proves that small, consistent actions build confidence and skill faster than waiting for the perfect opportunity or the perfect plan. Each tiny step you take signals to your brain that progress is possible, that fear can be overcome, and that obstacles can be handled. Step by step, the path becomes clearer, and what once seemed impossible begins to feel inevitable. Small actions also break the chains of inertia. When you are stuck, even a minor effort can disrupt the cycle of procrastination. Writing a single line, making one call, taking one deliberate step forward, these are the sparks that ignite momentum. Once you begin, the energy you generate carries you further than you imagined. Your mind and body start cooperating. Fear loses its grip, and the momentum grows faster than resistance can respond. Secret is consistency. Massive change is rarely sudden. It is the accumulation of countless small choices repeated every day that compound into extraordinary results. Each step, no matter how small, is proof that you are capable of moving forward. Each action builds confidence, resilience, and clarity. The smallest effort today sets the stage for breakthroughs tomorrow. Remember, you do not need to see the entire staircase to take the first step. You do not need to have all the answers, all the resources, or all the certainty. Small steps, taken with courage and intention, lead to progress that multiplies. Momentum grows quietly, powerfully, until the change you dreamed of becomes your reality. Start now. Take a step and then another. The life you desire is waiting. Build one small action at a time. Commitment is the force that turns intention into reality. Thinking about change is not enough. Planning for progress is not enough. Real transformation begins the moment you decide with unwavering certainty to see it through no matter what. Commitment is the bridge between who you are and who you are capable of becoming. When you commit fully, hesitation loses its power. Doubt becomes irrelevant. External circumstances may challenge you, obstacles may arise, but your dedication anchors you. The mind craves certainty, and commitment provides it. When your actions are backed by absolute resolve, fear and uncertainty no longer control your decisions. Every choice becomes a step forward. Every effort reinforces your purpose, and every challenge becomes an opportunity to strengthen your resolve. Psychology shows that the brain aligns with what we consistently prioritize. When you commit to a goal, your thoughts, emotions, and actions begin to align with it naturally. You start noticing opportunities, solutions, and resources that were invisible before. Your energy shifts. You no longer waste time on doubt or indecision. Instead, you channel every ounce of focus into action. Commitment transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. The power of commitment also lies in its ability to create momentum. Once you decide and act with dedication, small successes accumulate. Confidence grows, resistance weakens, and progress accelerates. Each step you take is reinforced by your choice to remain steadfast. Even setbacks cannot stop you. They only test the strength of your commitment. Those who give up lack the willingness to see it through. Those who achieve greatness persist because they refuse to surrender, no matter how difficult the path became. Understand this. Commitment is a declaration. It tells yourself and the world that your dreams are non-negotiable. It creates a force that cannot be stopped by fear, doubt, or delay. When you commit fully, you step into the unstoppable flow of life. The moment you decide to act with unwavering dedication, the universe begins to respond. your potential, your courage, and your power rise to meet your commitment. Nothing can stop a person who refuses to quit and who chooses to act with relentless determination. Perfection is an illusion that keeps people trapped in inaction. The mind convinces you that you must wait until everything is flawless, until conditions are ideal, until you are fully prepared. But life does not wait, and opportunity does not knock for the cautious. The truth is, perfection is the enemy of progress. Waiting for it only delays your success, while action, imperfect, messy, and bold, creates results. Every person who achieved greatness started before they were ready. They acted without all the answers, without total confidence, without perfect timing. They embraced the uncertainty, took imperfect steps, and allowed the process to teach them. Each mistake became a lesson. Each challenge strengthened them. Each step, no matter how flawed, brought them closer to their goal. Progress is born from action, not perfection. Psychology explains why letting go of perfection is powerful. The brain rewards doing, not waiting. Action creates clarity, momentum, and confidence. Fear of failure disappears when you focus on movement instead of flawlessness. The more you act, the less perfection matters. You learn that improvement comes naturally through effort, repetition, and courage. Every attempt, no matter how small or imperfect, compounds into mastery over time. Clinging to perfection also wastes energy. It drains your focus, heightens anxiety, and freezes your potential. By letting go, you redirect that energy toward forward motion. You accept that mistakes are not setbacks, they are stepping stones. Every time you act without demanding perfection, you prove to yourself that you are capable, that you can handle challenges, and that results are possible even in imperfection. Understand this: progress is far more important than perfection. The first step, even if flawed, is always better than waiting indefinitely. Bold action moves you forward, teaches you what works, and uncovers opportunities you could never anticipate. The life you desire is not waiting for you to be perfect. It is waiting for you to act. Release the need to be flawless. Start where you are. Move forward. Do something, and perfection will follow in time, carried by the unstoppable force of consistent action. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. The mind cannot serve two masters at once, and scattered focus produces scattered results. The person who achieves extraordinary things knows how to direct energy with precision. Every thought, every effort, and every action is aligned toward a single purpose. Focus concentrates your power and transforms it into results. When you focus on action rather than distraction, your energy multiplies. Small efforts that might seem insignificant gain force when guided by clear intention. The psychology behind focus is simple. The brain amplifies what it prioritizes. Thoughts become habits, habits become actions, and actions become results. Every time you concentrate on the task that moves you forward, you train your mind to reject doubt, resist fear, and commit fully to progress. Distraction is the enemy of momentum. The more you allow your attention to drift, the weaker your energy becomes. Worry, overthinking, and hesitation drain power that should be fueling action. By focusing, you channel your resources into what truly matters. You remove the noise, the excuses, and the unnecessary weight that holds you back. Energy is not infinite, but focus transforms limited energy into unstoppable force. Focus also builds confidence. When your mind is clear and your purpose is defined, hesitation diminishes. You begin to trust yourself because you see results from consistent, deliberate effort. Each small success strengthens belief, and belief reinforces action. The cycle becomes self-sustaining. Focus produces energy, energy produces action, and action produces results. Understand this: your dreams will never be realized by scattered effort or half-hearted attention. True power comes when you align your mind, your heart, and your actions with a single objective. Decide what matters most. Give it your full attention. and let your energy flow naturally toward achieving it. Momentum grows quietly at first, then powerfully, until resistance cannot stop you. The life you desire responds to focus, and the moment you harness it, nothing can divert your path. Concentrate, commit, act. Your energy will follow, and your results will become unstoppable. Resistance is inevitable. Every path to success is met with obstacles, doubts, and challenges that seem determined to hold you back. But resistance is not a signal to stop. It is proof that you are moving in the right direction. The greater the resistance, the greater the opportunity for growth, strength, and transformation. The human mind interprets difficulty as danger. It warns you, hesitates, and questions. This is natural, yet every breakthrough in history came when someone refused to surrender to resistance. Each challenge that seems overwhelming is simply a test of your commitment, courage, and determination. The moment you face resistance head-on, you discover the depth of your own power. Psychology shows that persistence in the face of resistance strengthens neural pathways, creating confidence and resilience. Every time you push through discomfort, every time you act when it feels impossible, your brain rewires itself to embrace challenge instead of fearing it. The obstacles that once seemed paralyzing begin to shrink in comparison to the strength you develop by confronting them. Resistance also reveals what matters most. It is a mirror showing where your desire is strongest, where your commitment is deepest, and where your purpose is most aligned. Those who avoid resistance remain small, comfortable, and stagnant. Those who confront it grow, evolve, and achieve the extraordinary. Action transforms resistance from a barrier into a stepping stone. Understand this, resistance cannot stop a mind and body determined to move forward. Each time you act, despite doubt, fear, or difficulty, you weaken the hold of resistance. Momentum builds quietly, steadily, until challenges that once seemed impossible are now merely part of the journey. Courage is not the absence of resistance, it is mastery over it. Your ability to persist, to act, and to keep moving transforms obstacles into opportunities, setbacks into lessons, and struggle into unstoppable power. Step forward, confront resistance, and watch as it bends to your will. The key to becoming unstoppable is simple: do something. Action is the source of power, the spark that ignites momentum, and the force that transforms potential into reality. Mastery is not achieved through waiting, planning, or dreaming. It is achieved through consistent, deliberate effort. The moment you decide to act, you tap into a life force that cannot be restrained. Wisdom teaches that your thoughts are powerful, but they are nothing without action. You can imagine success, visualize achievement, and plan endlessly. But until you move, nothing changes. Every step, every choice, every small effort builds strength, clarity, and courage. Action is the currency of growth. It creates the energy that fear cannot extinguish and the momentum that doubt cannot halt. Your mind will resist, your body will protest, and the world may challenge you, but action cuts through all of it. Every move you make, no matter how imperfect, signals to yourself and the universe that you are committed. This is the wisdom at the heart of unstoppable living. Mastery comes when action becomes a habit, when persistence becomes instinct, and when fear is met with deliberate movement. Mastery also demands presence. Every action must be intentional. Half-hearted effort produces half-hearted results. Focused, purposeful action compounds over time, creating exponential progress. Each step reinforces belief. Each effort builds resilience, and each success, however small, multiplies your power. The more you act, the less fear controls you, and the more unstoppable you become. Understand this: nothing can stop a person who chooses to act consistently, intentionally, and courageously. Every moment you hesitate, every second you wait, is energy lost, momentum wasted, and opportunity delayed. But every time you move, you reclaim power. You create a ripple that grows into unstoppable force. Do something, anything, begin, persist. The wisdom of life is clear. action is the master key, and those who wield it unlock the extraordinary. The mind is a powerful force, and it responds to what you focus on. Visualization is not wishful thinking. It is training your mind to recognize possibility, to anticipate success, and to guide your actions toward it. When you clearly imagine the life you desire, your brain begins to align your thoughts, decisions, and energy with that vision. Your body and mind prepare to act as if victory is already inevitable. Seeing your success in your mind creates motivation that is impossible to ignore. It strengthens your confidence, sharpens your focus, and reduces fear. The brain cannot distinguish between vividly imagined experience and real experience. It reacts to clarity of vision. By visualizing your victory, you prime yourself for action, resilience, and persistence. You mentally rehearse triumph, which makes actual triumph more achievable. Visualization also reveals the path forward. When you see yourself achieving your goals, you naturally begin to recognize the steps required. Opportunities that were hidden before become clear. Challenges appear manageable. Fear loses its grip because your mind has already anticipated the outcome. The energy generated by this vision fuels action, turning thought into momentum and momentum into results. This is more than positive thinking. It is purposeful mental preparation. Every detail you imagine, every obstacle you overcome in your mind, strengthens your ability to act in reality. Visualization creates a sense of inevitability that propels you forward. It reinforces the truth that action is not random or reactive. It is deliberate, focused, and unstoppable. Understand this: the combination of vision and action is unstoppable. Seeing your victory is the first step, taking action is the second. Together, they create momentum that no fear, no doubt, and no obstacle can resist. Your mind becomes your ally, your energy becomes unstoppable, and your life begins to respond to the clarity of your vision. Picture it, feel it, believe it. Then move forward with everything you have. The life you see in your mind is waiting for you in reality, and every step you take brings you closer to the victory you imagined. Your life is not determined by circumstances, luck, or the opinions of others. It is determined by your choices, your actions, and your willingness to claim your personal power. Every moment you hesitate, you give away control. Every moment you act, you reclaim it. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain average is simple: the courage to act consistently and intentionally, no matter the fear, doubt, or resistance. Personal power begins the moment you take responsibility for your life. Stop blaming conditions, stop waiting for approval, and stop relying on luck. The power to change, to grow, and to achieve your dreams has always been within you. Every decision you make, every step you take, reinforces that power. Action is the proof of your strength. Momentum is the measure of your commitment. The life you desire is a reflection of the power you choose to exercise right now. Understand this: nothing outside of you can stop a person who refuses to remain passive. Obstacles are temporary. Fear is a shadow. Doubt is a whisper. But a determined mind, fueled by consistent action, creates unstoppable force. Every step forward amplifies your energy, sharpens your focus, and strengthens your resolve. Each choice to act is a declaration: I am in control. I will not be stopped. My potential is mine to claim. Your personal power is unlocked through doing. Thinking, planning, or waiting are not enough. Every great life is built by those who act boldly, persistently, and without hesitation. Take the first step. Keep moving. Face fear, endure discomfort, and embrace challenge. With each action, your confidence grows. With each victory, your momentum builds. Soon, nothing can stand in your way. Now is the time. Choose courage, choose action, choose persistence. Step into your personal power and move with unstoppable energy. The world may test you, obstacles may challenge you, but your commitment, focus, and relentless action will carry you forward. Do something today and nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever be able to stop you. The life you are capable of is waiting. Claim it.